So now we are going to discuss about the center of gravity of unsymmetrical sections. Find the centroid of an unequal angle section 100 mm, 80 mm and 20 mm. So this is the picture and we have to find the CG of this section. So this is an L angle or L section. There is no symmetric about x axis and y axis. The given section is not symmetrical about x axis and y axis. So we need to calculate x bar and y bar. So we divide this section into two. One is A, B, C, D, first section. The second section, which is E, F, G, right? The section 1, which is A, B, C, D, and section 2 C, E, F, G, right? So we have to calculate x bar and y bar. So draw a axis. So this is O and this is OX and this is OY, right? So we have to calculate x bar and y bar. So now take section 1 A1, which is equal to L into B, L which is equal to 100, B which is equal to L into B 20, right? So 100 into 20, which is equal to 2000 mm squared. Similarly, x1, which is equal to 20 divided by 2 from OY. This is CG, right? So CG is acting in this. CG is there, right, about OY axis for this particular section. 20 divided by 2. So 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 10 mm, right? So similarly, y1, which is equal to, with respect to OX axis, from OX axis 100 divided by 2, right? So 100 divided by 2, which is equal to 50 mm, right? So section 2. So A2, which is equal to L into B, L which is equal to, so total distance from left side to right side, which is equal to 80 mm. So here the 20 mm thickness is there. So 80 minus 20, which is equal to the distance from CE to FG, which is equal to 60, the thickness which is equal to 20. So 60 into 20, which is equal to 1200 mm squared. So x2, which is equal to, with respect to OY axis, so we have to add this 20 and CG is between this section, right? So 60 divided by 2, 30. So 20 plus 30, 20 plus 60 divided by 2, 30, right? So which is equal to 50 mm, and y2, which is equal to, from OX axis we have to find y2. The CG is acting in between of this section, right? So 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 10 mm, 10 mm. So substitute the value for x bar and y bar, right? X bar, which is equal to A1 into x1 plus A2 into x2 divided by A1 x1. So A1 plus x1, sorry, A1 plus A2. Similarly, y bar, which is equal to A1 into y1 plus A2 into y2 divided by sum of areas A1 plus A2, right? So we have to find x bar and y bar. X, which is equal to x bar, first we have to calculate numerator. So 2000 into 10, 20,000 plus 1200 into 50. So 80,000. So 80,000 divided by 2000 plus 1200, 3200. So 80,000 divided by 3,200, which is equal to 25 mm x axis. What about y axis? Similarly, 2000 into 50 plus 1200 into 10. So 1,12,000 divided by 3,200, which is equal to 35 mm, right. So from x axis, from OY axis 25 mm, and from OX axis, I mean OX axis 35 mm. So with respect to OX axis, which is 35 mm, and with respect to OY axis 25 mm, right. So 25 mm and 35 mm, right. So next problem. A uniform lamina shown in figure consists of a rectangle, a circle and a triangle. It's a combination of all the sections, right. It's a combination of rectangle, circle and triangle. The given section is a combination of 3 sections: rectangle section, circular section and triangle sections. Determine the center of gravity of the lamina. All the dimensions are in mm. The given dimensions are in mm. So we know that x bar and y bar. X bar we know that the formula, y bar we know the formula. We need to calculate x bar and y bar. Why? Because the given section is not symmetric about x axis and y axis. So we need to find x bar and y bar, right. We need to find x bar and y bar for this lamina. Clear? Because this given section is not a symmetric about x axis and y axis, right. So now we need to calculate. First we have to divide this section into 3. This is section 1 and section 2 and section 3. Section 1 is a semicircle and section 2 is a rectangle. So this is semicircle and this is rectangle and this is triangle, right. So we need to calculate x bar and y bar. First take a semicircle. First take section 1, semicircle section 1, right. So we need to calculate area A1 which is equal to semicircle. What is the formula? What is the formula for semicircle? Pi r square divided by 2, right. So pi divided by 2 into radius of this, which is equal to 25 mm. So 25 squared, right, which is equal to, what is the value? Divide by 2 into 25 squared, which is equal to 981.25 mm squared. So this is the value, right. So now we have to calculate x1 and y1, right, x1 y1. So we know that already this is y bar, this is y axis and this is x axis. So this is the semicircle, right. So this is CG and the formula which is for x bar, which is equal to divide this into 2, right. So x axis divided by 2. So radius which is divided by 2, right. Radius, actually radius of the circle, x bar which is equal to r value, whereas for y bar which is equal to from y direction, from base, formula is there, 4r divided by 3 pi. So this is the value for y bar, 4r by 3 pi. So from this we need to calculate CG, which is equal to 4r divided by 3 pi. We know that the total distance 25. So the remaining from OY axis we need to calculate, this is x1. So x1 which is equal to 25 minus this 4r by 3 pi. 4r by 3 pi we need to so the center of gravity from base which is equal to 4r by 3 pi. So we need to calculate from OY axis. So 25, the whole value we know that, from the total distance, I mean radius of the semicircle, minus 4r by 3 pi, then we got this x1 value, right. So x1 which is equal to 25 minus 4r by 3 pi, right. So 4r by 3 pi, substitute the value 25 for r, right. Then 4r by 3 pi which is equal to, what is the value, 25 minus 4 into r divided by 3 pi, which is equal to 4r by 3 pi, 1 minute, 4 into r 25 divided by 3 into 3.14, which is equal to 10.61. So 25 minus 10.61, which is equal to 14.39. So 14.39 mm. So y1 which is equal to, what is the value, y1, so r radius r, which is equal to 25 mm, right. So this is a1 x1 y1, right. So a1 which is equal to 98.25, x1 which is equal to 14.39, and y1 which is equal to 25, right. Now we need to calculate next section, which is equal to rectangle, right, rectangle, section 2. So what is the area? Area we know that L into B. So L which is equal to 100 and B which is equal to 50, right. So 100 into 50 mm, which is equal to 5000 mm squared, and x2 which is equal to, from this 25 we need to add this. So we have to add this 25 plus 100 divided by 2, which is equal to 50. So which is equal to 75 mm, and y3 which is equal to, so from base we have to calculate what is the height, which is equal to 50 divided by 2, right, which is equal to 25 mm, right. So this is the value. The next one, triangle. Triangle, the area we know that triangle 50 25 25, right, 50 25 25. So next, third section, section 3, which is a triangle, right. So we need to calculate area which is equal to half BH. We know that half into B, which is equal to 50, which is equal to height 50, right. So what is the value for area which is equal to, so 25 into 50. So A3 which is equal to 25 into 50, how much, 25 into 50, which is equal to 1250 mm square. Then x3 we need to calculate, x3 from base. So for triangle base, which is equal to h by 3, right, clear. X3, this is base, right, this is base, and x bar which is equal to, what is the value, this is CG 25, right. So we need to calculate x bar, 25 plus 50 plus 25. So CG is there. So base divided by 2, base which is equal to 50. So 50 divided by 2, which is equal to 25. So x bar, x3 which is equal to 25, the first one we have to add, then second one 50 from this, right. So 50 plus 25, which is equal to how much, 100 mm. What about y3? Y3 which is equal to height, this is x bar, this is y bar. So base divided by 2, x bar which is equal to base divided by 2, whereas for y bar which is equal to height, yeah, h by 3, right. So h by 3, height which is equal to 50. So 50 divided by 3, which is equal to how much, so 50 divided by 3, which is equal to 16.6, right. So 16.66 mm, right. So now we calculated a1, a2, a3, x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3. So now we have to calculate x bar, right, x bar which is equal to, substitute all the values, A1 how much? A1 981.25, right? So A1 981.25, A1 which is equal to 981.25 into x1 which is equal to 14.39, right? 14.39, what is the value? 14.39, yes, plus A2 how much? A2 which is equal to 5000 into x2 which is equal to 75 plus A3 which is equal to 1250 into 100 divided by sum of A1, A2, A3. So A1 which is equal to 981.25 plus 5000 plus 1250, right? Similarly, y bar which is equal to A1 81.25 into y1 which is equal to 25, right? 25 plus A2 which is equal to 5000 into y2 which is equal to how much? Sorry, this is y2 which is equal to 25 plus A3 which is equal to 1250 into y3 which is equal to 16.66 divided by 981.25 plus 5000 plus 1250, right? So calculate this. Now first we have to calculate numerator. 981.25 into 14.39 plus 5000 into 75 plus 1250 into 100 divided by 981.25 plus 5000 plus 1250. So what is the value? Which is equal to 71.09 mm. Similarly, we have to calculate y bar. 981.25 into 25 plus 5000 into 25 plus 1250 into 16.66 divided by 981.25 plus 5000 plus 1250, which is equal to 23.55 mm, right? So x bar which is equal to 71.09, y bar which is equal to 23.55, right? So let us check. Yes, x bar which is equal to 71.1 and y bar which is equal to 32, right? Thank you.